any long-term concerns with any of the injuries coming out of that game?
Yeah, we'll know more. Alex could be a little bit. That's possible. Kirby should be good. Jonah, I'm assuming Jonah's not playing until he tells me he's playing, and then and then I'll know. So, other than that, we'll see.
That was Dan Campbell. I thought it was longer for some reason, but sad. But Enzo news.
Yeah, it sucks, man. Hopefully he doesn't have to miss too much time. But he's been our best defensive player this year by far. By far.
Top 10 linebacker, easy.
So losing him, top 10 linebacker for sure.
That's like
losing him will be a big blow. You need Jack Campbell and Malcolm Rodriguez to step up. Luckily, we have very capable linebackers in Malcolm Rodriguez, in Jack Campbell, and in Derek Barnes in his absence that will be able to make some plays. But, man, losing Enzo's, that's going to be a tough look.
Yeah, obviously there's something there, too, about Jonah Jackson, which obviously Detroit Lions have been letting up quite a bit of pressure since he's been out, too. But and to Anzalone, we kind of like, and to defend the Glenn statements, a lot of the situation or a lot of the things that I point out is like the personnel or just winning their assignments. And that was the one guy when I asked, okay, like, let's look at like top 5 defenses around the league. The Browns got top 10 guys. Mm-hmm. We're talking about the Baltimore Ravens. Baltimore Ravens got top 10 guys. Dallas Cowboys, they got top 10 guys.
Yep.
Lions, no. And the closest guy to it,
Enzo's top 10.
Enzo was the guy. At least performance-wise this year, it kind of became undebatable that he was top 10 at the linebacker position. It's been kind of crazy. And now you find yourself in a situation where you've kind of been...
And he's got, 4 sacks on the year?
He's got quite a bit of sacks.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't have the numbers in front of me, but if you want to pull them up. But then you also, again, you're in a situation now where you've been kind of unenamored with the rookie you took in the first round, Jack Campbell. I think Derek Barnes is taking quite a bit of a step up, but like Enzo's been phenomenal, especially in pass coverage.
Yeah.
I mean, all around. He has been phenomenal this year.
Yeah, he's already got 87 tackles, 58 of them solo. He's got 3 sacks. He's got the fumble recovery. He's got 5 pass defenses. Like, the guy has been playing phenomenal football. He's been flying out. Like I said, he has been the best defensive football player for the Lions, and I don't think it's arguable. Like, he's gone out there. He's made plays every game. He had, 11 solo tackles in their win against the Bears. And that's going to be a big hit for the Lions defense. He is your play caller. He is
15, wasn't it?
He was 15 total tackles,
okay.
11 solo. He had, like I said, he is your play caller. He is your green dot. He's the guy that's going to go out there and make sure the defense is set up. But now it's time for the meat missile to shine. It's time for him to slide over into his natural position, and let's see if he's ready for it.
That's where I want to take this to, is like, how confident are you in Jack Campbell doing that based on the season we've seen from him?
I'm
so
not
far?
confident in him playing to Alex Anzalone's level, because like I said, he has been a top 5 or top 10, arguably top 5 linebacker in the NFL this year. So it's tough to have those expectations for him. Excuse me. But I do think Jack Campbell will be able to go out there and have success. This is his natural position. This is a guy this is what he's played his whole career. So I think it'll be better for him to go out there and get some reps there rather than at Sam.
Someone said easy as okay to take stickers off your hat. Growing up, that was, you weren't.
Yeah, you didn't do that.
Yeah, that was a no-no.
You never did that.
Do you guys still take them off or leave them on to this day?
Yeah, I take them off.
I still leave mine on.
Yeah.
Damn, you got bullied into taking that off, huh?
Damn, that easy.
The crazy thing is, this hat's like really old. I've had this hat for a minute.
Yeah.
That's a dope hat.
Use this logo
I think I actually have that same one.
Do you?
And I got it like way back in high school, but I was never a hat guy.
That's like I got that sick ass Lions one everyone likes.
I wish I could just buy hats that fit.
Yeah, that's true. You got a big ass head. But that sick ass Lions one I bought in like fucking 2014. People was like, "Where you got it?" I'm like, "You're not gonna find this," but I don't fucking remember where I got this from. But either way, I am not confident in Jack Campbell stepping up to Alex Anzalone's level.
Yeah.
Obviously, like, he's going to be there. I don't know to what performance, but I don't think Jack was – I saw somebody say somebody has to admit that Jack was a swing and a miss. I don't know. I'm not necessarily ready to say that. I think he's still a rookie. Obviously, we like Derek Barnes, a little bit of his performance this year. It took him 3 years to get that point. Hell, this actually might be his 3 years. Brad Helm's been here 3 years. Like, it took him 3 years to, like, develop. Now, obviously, Jack Campbell being a little bit more athletic and well-rounded and being a first-round pick, you kind of hope it came sooner. And the expectation is that it does come sooner, but I'm not. confidence.
I think he's going to look better than he has at his, his natural position at his home. Go to your home. I think he's going to bring him home. I think he's going to look better in his natural position. And we're going to see his athleticism in full display. We're going to see his sideline-to-sideline speed, the things that he does well on the football field. We're going to see that in display. He's going to have a matchup against the Saints that he's going to have to look out for, because we know that motherfucker Alvin Kamara is different. So it's going to be a tough matchup for him. And especially if, Jameis Winston, they like to spice it up with Taysom Hill every now and then. So this would be a good matchup to see what he's made of, to see what he can do in this league at his natural position of that Mike linebacker.
Burn obviously has paid attention to the show or takes quite often because your boy don't miss. I don't think that boy's having a breakout game. And he has been getting snaps as natural position more than other. Obviously, the way to get him into the game at times was to put him in at the Sam linebacker spot. But he's been getting spots in the middle. It just hasn't been doing much. And to the point, well, I saw this comment, I don't know if it was brought up last week or earlier today, but somebody mentioned, do you think he's even to the pace of Malcolm Rodriguez and what he was in his rookie year?
No.
I don't think so either. It inspired me to actually go and do a little bit of homework on it. Chris, he throws these numbers up. Through 11 games played, he's not. And I think Malcolm Rodriguez, more solo tackles, more tackles for loss, same amount of sacks, forced fumble, all in the same amount of games as a first-round pick linebacker they invested in Jack Campbell. Now, again, I'm not ready to pull the plug on him. I don't know. I mean, that's the other thing, too, is okay, so Malcolm kind of
Well, Malcolm, he was kind of forced into that role.
Yeah.
And I'd like to see the snap count, for the two comparison. Because Malcolm, it was, you got to play. You got to do this. You got to be out there for a majority of the snaps. And he played fantastic. I'm not taking away anything from him. Malcolm went out there, and he had a hell of a year, his rookie year. But this year they've been rotating guys in. They've been rotating a Derek Barnes in, rotating Alex Anzalone plays the majority of the game, but they rotate Malcolm in. They rotate Derek Barnes in, as well as Jack Campbell. So I don't think he's seeing as many snaps as Malcolm was, but still, we'll see. This is a huge test for him, this week against the New Orleans Saints in New Orleans.
Yeah, that's the other part, too. That is
in the Superdome.
I don't think people realize, as a linebacker specifically, Juan Anzalone, I'm sure would have loved to go back to New Orleans. That's where he started his career. Mm-hmm. But, you got a guy who is tasked with keeping an eye on Taysom Hill and all the funky, freaky shit that he does in that offense. And on top of that, too, if he's not taking care of the tight end, you get him guarding a running back who's also one of the best pass-catching running backs in the game, and Alvin Kamara. He is up against it, and so much so, because obviously I pulled up the numbers for you. And the snap counts are different. Malcolm, since week one, he was playing 60 and above % of the defensive snap counts. Jack didn't hit 60% until week 3.
Yeah.
Not even then, actually. Week 3 was 57%. He hit 60% in week 4. But nonetheless, and then again, that wasn't even at his natural position, but they also kind of said it. But I ask you this, knowing that we've kind of been, I liked Malcolm at the linebacker position. I didn't think he was obviously a Pro Bowler by any means, but we called our shot, and he performed to that level. Mm-hmm. He's been doing kind of well at the fullback position. Do you think they take him away from that? Because
I think he's going to play a lot more. Obviously, I think Derek Barnes is going to be the starter. I think it's going to be Campbell and Barnes that are the starters, but I do think they're going to use Malcolm a lot more than they have the past couple weeks at linebacker.
Boy, I feel naked without this sticker. I ain't going to
lie. I think Malcolm will get a lot of run at linebacker this week. I do.
Yeah, I think so too. That's the other part too. Is I feel like Malcolm has done pretty solid at the fullback spot. He hasn't been playing. They don't use a fullback in every single play, obviously, so he's not playing every single snap. But I still think you can afford to play.
He'll get his run at fullback.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think you still can afford to play Malcolm sparingly at fullback when you need him, and then let him play linebacker too. I mean, they're going to need him to play linebacker now. Who would you rather have starting? I guess I should ask, Malcolm or Jack?
Jack.
Yeah.
I'd like it to be Malcolm and Jack.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Me too.
That would be my ideal pair.
I think at some point that's what's going to happen too. I don't know, JB. I know you guys talked about it in the morning show. JB, you were here every single show today, someone said.
Yep.
Is that true?
That is so true.
You getting paid extra?
Yeah, we getting OT?
Not really.
Man, somebody Venmo JB some cash or give him some DoorDash or something like that.
Walked out this bitch.
Are you yeah, you're wild. Are you confident, Jack Campbell?
50-50. I guess, like, I'm confident in him that he'll get the job done, but I do fear that he will make a lot of mistakes, if that makes any sense.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. I mean, he has. Like, the Chicago game, he was pretty bad. I think he had an alright bounce back game against the Packers. But Dr. Detroit says, but easy. He's a good guy. He fits the culture, bro. Come on. Just a fan says, Jack has the vibes.
Detroit supremacy. Put Will Harris in linebacker. He's got that versatility.
I mean, he does. For coverage guy, fuck it.
No.
He's awful at coverage just all around.
No.
Chris, how you feeling about the artist formerly known as Meat Missile? Hey, he might earn his nickname.
I think he's got it. I think he's got to earn that back. But no, I just, at this point, I'm going into this New Orleans games with expectations. I don't want to discredit how much Anzalone's injury impacts his defense, because, like Spencer said, he's been a complete anchor to this defensive unit, and he's been awesome. But at this point, I'm going into the New Orleans Saints game with the expectation that this has got to be the offense to get it done. Because the last couple weeks of defense just has not been good enough for me. Has not given me confidence that is the side of the ball where the game will be won. It's gonna be Jared Goff not making any mistakes, not turning the ball over, and having a hell of a game like we saw with the Chargers game, where it's a high scoring game. I think that's the blueprint for the Lions to count on. So not to discredit the injury, but my focus is more on the offensive side of the ball than the defensive side of the ball right now.
Yeah, I think I'm thinking about too. They didn't really give us an update on David Montgomery stuff either. So no, he went with his ankle injury. I'm assuming that obviously means he's good to go then. It's a precaution. There's also one of those kneecap biting games where they kind of give it all they got to not lose the fucking Packers on Thanksgiving national television. I don't know.
Too little, too late.
We'll find out more as the week goes on.